Welcome to the second podcast of me, Angelo Grosso, talking shit. How's everybody doing? I wanted to kick things off today by telling you how I can't do sixth grade arithmetic. Although I would challenge, most of you couldn't do the equation either. Now, this happened about 2 weeks ago, so my memory is a little hazy because of the weedage. However, I have a friend who is a sixth grade teacher, and she wrote me an equation, and guys, it looked like a fucking foreign language to me. It was something along the lines of 3 minus, in parentheses, negative 3/5, and I was like, the fuck is this? I haven't seen this shit probably since middle school or even high school. And I, of course, remembered to do just one thing correctly, which was putting a 1 under the 3. I think the top number is the numerator and the bottom number is the denominator? I don't fucking remember. It's been a long time. But it just got me thinking, like, the fact that I, a 33-year-old adult, cannot figure out a sixth grade math equation, and an equation that I haven't seen probably in 15, dare I say, 20 years? What? And I thought, what's the point of this shit being taught in schools? I mean, I've lived this long, and I've never seen that shit in real life, and I worked in banks. I've worked in, that's the only job I ever worked that I would ever use numbers and fractions. And you know what? And fucking computers did all that shit for me. I'm still gone awful at math. But anyway, my point being, I wonder how the education system in this country would be if they adopted something from China. And I am no way defending China. It's weird that I have to say that. But I gotta say, I admire in some aspects how they kind of filter out kids in certain areas. So let's just use math as an example. I feel like in China, now again, I could be talking out my ass because I don't know this for 100%, but I've heard it enough that it's got to be true, right? Anyway, what I think they do is they filter out the so-called weaker students once the competition gets a little bit more fierce. Kind of how you do in sports. If you're trying out for the basketball team and you're a sophomore and you play better than, say, some of the younger kids, but not as good as the seniors, then you're going to be on the B team or whatever that shit's called. You're obviously not going to be in the varsity because that's supposed to be the best of the best at that time. Anyway, they do that with students in China. So I wondered if they could do that in America. Like, oh wow, little Timothy here is fucking amazing at his fucking fractions. Let's keep teaching him some shit. Angelo, on the other hand, not so much. He is completely lost. So let's just cut our losses and let that poor kid read his fucking Redwall books. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love those fucking Redwall books. But anyway, maybe we should stop with this kind of math and let's focus more on his strengths, which is, you know, what the hell were my strengths as a kid? I really liked history and English and reading, anything that I could use my imagination. You know, I really wish I was better at science in all levels of my education. Even in college, I kept taking science classes hoping that I would be better, and I never was good. I was like a D student in science. You know, I take that back. I wasn't a D student because I would always get A+ for effort, you know, all that bullshit. So it usually rounded to about a C to C-, just enough to pass. But yeah, it's just an area of academia that I wish I was better at. I can't really blame the teachers because there was other kids in the class that were doing way better than me. So just one of those things that I like from afar. But learning wise, I am straight up dog shit at it. Not as bad as math. Math, I would just get angry. I would feel stupid. I would feel very competitive because my older sister, that was her strength, was math. And so, you know, she was always really good about it. She would always help me out, you know, tell me to calm down, read the equation again, really think it through, you know. But still, I was like, oh man, she's so much better at this shit than me. I fucking hate math. But anyway, the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, China. Yeah, I like to see a couple schools try my idea. And then, of course, I can be mocked into oblivion if it fails. But, yeah, I feel like in certain areas of education, you should let the smart kids kind of filter out and keep going, because, you're wasting a lot of kids' times. Maybe instead of getting D's and F's and really stressing out about an area they're not that good at, learn them the basics, and, maybe put them in wood shop or fucking home ec, or, some other elective. Anyway, I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. I don't have kids, so I could just be talking shit. Yeah, I'm just a single bro talking about how the school system should teach our kids. So, of course, I know everything about it. Well, let's see. I also got back into Pokemon Go. I know. It's like that scene from Godfather 3. I wanted out. I really wanted out, and they just pulled me back in. I think that's the line from Godfather 3. I'm glad I quote the worst of the Godfather movies. There's so many classic quotes from the first two, and the one that everyone pretty much agrees on is garbage. I pull a quote from that fucking thing. Anyway, the point being, one of my friends was talking about it, and I was like, really? They've done this and this, and shit, there's new Pokemon? I'm old, man. I'm old school Pokemon. I only fuck with the first 150. Maybe the next batch, maybe. I vaguely remember, I think right when I got into high school, my freshman year, I was still playing Pokemon. I think that's when the gold and silver came out, and they had like 150 new ones or some shit. But I didn't play it much after that. I think I only played for a couple months, and then it was Dunzo with the Pokemon. But, oh man, I still fucking love Pokemon. It's such a cool thing. So I re-downloaded it, and of course it recognized my old account. Thank God I didn't have to start all over, because I had some dank Pokemon. So I've been playing it for a couple weeks now, and I'm not as addicted as I was, but it's still pretty fucking fun, and they did some pretty cool upgrades. So if you guys are interested, and you played it once and you're like, I'm done with it, kind of was a shit game and I got bored with it, try it again. And send me your shit. We can be friends. That's so stupid. I just remember when Pokemon Go originally came out, and it was like a juggernaut. Everybody was playing it. Everybody was talking about it. I don't think this country has seen that kind of camaraderie in a long time. So if you want to be cool, download that shit again and play. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. You dumb fuck. Got a new phone as well, because it's an embarrassing story. I don't want to go into it just yet, but got a new phone. I got this, what is this, the Google thing, the Google Pixel. I mean, Google already has all my shit anyway, so they might as well have more of it. Fuck, what the fuck can you do? I'm seriously thinking like checking out this whole VPN kind of thing. I'm a real boomer when it comes to VPNs. I don't know shit about shit. Oh, what is that line from Ozarks? I don't know shit about fuck. Oh, yes, that very famous saying from that TV show that I hope a lot of people watch, but probably not. Anyway, it's an okay phone. I'm still trying to work out the kinks. Like, I'm currently fucking with it because I don't remember how to turn the sounds off, because there's like multiple sound settings. I don't know what I'm boring you with this shit. It's not important. Anyway, there we go. I figured it out. What the fuck else is there to talk about? I took my adulting to a new level and got myself a Costco membership. Ooh, Kirkland signature. Here I come. I dorked out real bad there. I mean, I think I went there for 2 or 3 things, and of course they didn't have any of those things I wanted, but I bought some stupid shit I didn't need. Like, I bought a giant bag of diced avocado. What the fuck am I going to do with those things? I love avocado, but I later found out there were Haas avocados, so I basically just gave money to the cartel, but what the fuck, right? Bought this giant bottle of sangria. Now, Kirkland Signature, in my opinion, is a little hit and miss with their alcohol. I believe I had their Kirkland Signature, was it their whiskey or bourbon? Whatever it was just dog shit. But then I believe their vodka and gin are real good. So I thought, sangria, what's the worst that could happen? Even shit sangria is still decent sangria. Although, who knows, maybe the Kirkland Signature sangria is so garbage it makes you shit out your eyes. But anyway, I really did have more to talk about in regards to Costco, but I'm drawing a blank right now. It's Sunday right now, and I'm recording right after I smoked half a J and took a shower. So I'm a little bit spacey. Just as long as I'm not Kevin Spacey, I guess. Stupid. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, well, let's update y'all on 90 Day Fiancé. Let's see. I think there's a new episode on tonight. So I believe the last episode I talked about on this thing was the final scene was that guy from Las Vegas who was getting catfished by this Ukrainian woman, and lo and fucking behold, that Ukrainian bitch shows up looking exactly like she did in those pictures. And I don't care who you are, if you watch 90 Day Fiancé, you thought the bitch was fake. So naturally it came as a fucking shock when the episode ended with her being like, "Oh, I'm here." I can't do accents. I'm not sure what that accent was. It certainly wasn't Ukrainian. And so the next episode, I'm going to admit, I was so excited. And it really kind of pisses me off that I get this excited over a fucking reality TV show about these fucking morons. But anyway, I was excited. I loved it. I got super pumped for it. But you know what? It was kind of what I expected. Like once she showed up, I was like, okay, I'm surprised she's real, but no way is that guy from Vegas. I forget his name, so bear with me. No way is he the only guy she's scamming, because I believe he gave her like 10 or 15 grand or maybe more over the span of like 7 or 8 years or some shit. And no way is he the only one. He's getting screwed, and so is probably a bunch of other dudes just like him. And this woman was so like stiff and robotic. Like he went in for a hug and she stiffened up and her hands at her side, and he's by the way, he's wearing a fucking trench coat during this, so he just looks like a fucking peeping Tom or one of those people that expose themselves. Well, you know who I'm talking about. They're people that expose themselves. Or a Columbine shooter. Those are really the only people that wear trench coats, I find. Anyway, and sure enough, it was fairly obvious that she was scamming him still. And I'm so excited to watch the next episode because everything she does, he eats it right up. When they ask her, hey, this asshole's come to the Ukraine 5 times and you always stood him up. And she's like, yeah, so what? My nephew had a hockey game. I'm like, your fucking nephew's hockey game is more important than this guy that you supposedly love? Like right then and there, I would have pulled the plug. Well, okay, I would have pulled the plug instantly. Like if I tell her, hey, I'm heading over to Ukraine, let's meet up. I go and she's not there, dunzo. But this poor sap kept buying into it. It's infuriating. But then again, she's real. And so he wants to waste his money and spend his time and energy on this obvious catfishing, because that's still what it is. I believe that's still catfishing. Is catfishing only when you're not real or you're pretending to be somebody else? I don't know. Maybe check that out. But she's obviously scamming him. So, but if he's okay with it, do it. It's his decision. It's his life. Do whatever the fuck ever. Oh man, I can't wait for it though. I really want to watch it. I'm so excited for the next episode. What else happened on that shit? Let's see. Big Ed fucked up big time, but he's a loser, so fuck that dude. Oh man, the Russian chick Varia. Now I really liked Varia. Out of all the people on the show, I liked her the most, along with the Australian chick and the chick from Seattle. I like those 3 the most. All of the men on the show are fucking dog shit people. Just douchebags. Anyhow, who was I talking about? Oh yeah, Varia. She just showed up in Kentucky to see the guy that basically said, it's not going to work. I proposed and you said no. I mean, that guy's a huge douche, which is named Jeffrey. Fuck that guy. And it turns out you look up his what's happening with him currently. It's not a pretty sight. Anyway, and Varia just started yelling at Jeffrey's girlfriend who was in the house, and Jeffrey had no idea she was coming. Well, that's what they say. You know, I still have doubts that this show is a 100% real, but you know, it's entertaining, so who the fuck cares? And that was wild. It was wild. And then Jeffrey took her to a fucking party with his friends. I think it was bowling. And then his girlfriend shows up, and that's when the episode ended, and you're like, fuck. All this stupid, pointless drama. Why is it so entertaining? Who else? Oh, yeah, the Seattle chick and the Australian guy. It's kind of boring now, but she's still somewhat the most down-to-earth, like, yeah, this is some weird shit, what's going on here. The other couple in Australia, the two women, that one was kind of ran its course, kind of bored, you know. The Australian woman was, like, 100% in the right, in my opinion, on everything. Her girlfriend, or I guess they're not, well, currently they're not together anymore. That girl is a train wreck. The one that's, like, ill all the time, which sucks. But, you know, you don't lead with that kind of information. You know, don't use it as a crutch, and that's how I feel she's using it. I try to have empathy for people, but get over it. Anyway, and what the fuck else? I think there's another one. Oh, yeah. The other woman the other catfishing, the other woman from Las Vegas. Because there wasn't much on that one, but they teased a big thing on this new episode. But I can't believe I'm talking about 90 Day Fiancé. What the fuck is my life has just crumbled into nothingness. I'm talking just shit about a shit show. Is this entertaining to anybody? If it is, you are one poor fucker. But thanks for listening. The other show that I'm watching is The Great. I believe that's on Hulu. It's about Catherine the Great. I think it stars one of the Fannings. I think it's Ellie, the younger one. Or is there a third one? I don't know. Anywho, it's done by the guy who did The Favorite. That was the Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz, and Olivia Colman? Is that her name? I don't know. The one that played the Queen, I believe that was Olivia Colman. God, I hope I got her name right. Everybody was outstanding in that movie. Same guy that did that. Did The Lobster, which is a fucking great film. Fucking weird. Real weird, but just rad. An idea you've never seen before. The Lobster is great. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Colin Farrell, Rachel Weisz, John C. Reilly. Right on point. Then he did another one that was a little bit too intense for me. A little bit too dark. The movie's called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. It was a pretty good movie, but God, it was weird. It was a movie that I kind of enjoyed, but it was like disturbing, and it's nothing I ever want to see again. But I'm kind of glad I saw it because the acting was really good, this plot was good, but it's fucked up. Anyway, that's a great show. Check it out, The Great. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the best sports documentary I have ever seen. The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls 1990s Dynasty documentary series. Ooh, was it good. It took me right on down nostalgia lane, baby. I remember as a chunky, pale fucking kid wearing my Michael Jordan jerseys with my Hakeem Olajuwon shoes and my Orlando Magic shorts. And I believe I even had a headband, a Sonics headband. And, oh my God, did I love those 90s Bulls teams. Obviously, I loved my Sonics more, but I really, really, really love that fucking team. And so just watching the whole series, I was just geeking out. And yeah, I've heard the criticism. Michael Jordan produced it, so of course he's going to kind of show you the story in a certain light. But you know what? He didn't, I feel like he did a decent job of not portraying himself as some god among men. I mean, he's a cocky asshole, but he has to be. He's Michael Jordan. Fuck you, right? And, they talked about his struggles. He talked, I feel, pretty openly about his gambling and about how he felt in regard to his teammates and why he never got into politics and, yada, yada, yada. But it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I'm not going to lie. After each episode, I had to, go on the computer and, look up all these fucking stats of all these football players. Fuck me, I'm high. Basketball players. Who I loved back in the day that didn't get a lot of respect? Horace fucking Grant. As a chubby kid who had to wear glasses all the time to play basketball, seeing Horace Grant wear those fucking goggles, it was awesome. And also I liked, he was a fat basketball player. Not white chocolate. That was Bryant Reeves of the Vancouver Grizzlies. Brian Reeves, Old Country. I think that was his nickname. Oh God, who was this guy? I believe he played for the Raptors. I believe his name was Oliver something. I don't know. He was one of the chunkier basketball players, and I loved him because, again, I was a chunk kid. I was a husky kid. And seeing someone in the NBA who didn't look like everybody else, I was like, all right, I can maybe do it. I didn't. I couldn't. The dream died very quickly, but still, at that time, it was great to see a fat fuck playing basketball. In fact, I remember going to the Key Arena sometime during, I think it was 96, 97 season. It was after we lost to the Bulls. We were playing, I believe, the Raptors, and Sean Kemp was guarding this Oliver guy. I'm going to try to look up that motherfucker because what am I going to type in? Fat fuck who played basketball? Oh, well, use your imagination, guys. Anyway, Sean Kemp and him were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I believe somewhere around the third quarter, this motherfucker picks up a chair and, throws it on the court and tries to, fuck up Sean Kemp. And, of course, Sean Kemp's laughing, just walking away. And that Oliver got thrown out of the game. I mean, he was pissed. He got teed up real quick. And even when he was getting escorted off the floor, he was still barking and yelling. And just, it was fucking nuts. And I love that shit. Loved it! Oh, God, I miss the Sonics. But, yeah, check it out. Obviously, it's an amazing documentary. Even if you don't like sports, you have to know who Michael Jordan is. And you have to understand why he's so important to American culture. I mean, he's an icon. He's like Muhammad Ali. Or Jackie Robinson, in a sense. But, Jackie Robinson did break the race barrier. I don't think Michael Jordan did anything like that. But, okay, not Jackie Robinson. You know what? Even Muhammad Ali. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty big one. All right, let me rephrase. Michael Jordan is like Tiger Woods, Tony Hawk, just a phenom. Comes out of nowhere and basically carries an entire sport. But even that, I feel, is a little bit fucked up because the NBA had a lot of dope players back then. I always loved they never got any fucking love. Because he was on shit team after shit team after shit team. He was drafted around the same time as Michael Jordan. And I truly feel like if he was given a good coaching staff and decent teammates and, just a good franchise would be Dominic Wilkins. I love that motherfucker. I don't know why, but there was something about him I loved. Like he had all the physical tools. And I remember watching him and Michael Jordan. I think it was an all-star game or a dunk contest or some shit. And I was just like, holy fuck, these two are the greatest players out right now. But, I could go down the list of basketball players that kind of got fucked because they never won anything big because Michael Jordan and those assholes in Chicago just kept fucking winning. Of course, number one's got to be Patrick Ewing. I mean, I don't know if he ever won an NBA championship. I know Michael Jordan kicked him out of the playoffs at least 5 or 6 times. Can you imagine? Fuck. Charles Barkley, I don't think he ever won. I know he almost did with the Suns, and I think he almost did with the Rockets, because he went on the Rockets team after the Rockets won back-to-back when the Bulls were without Michael, because that fucking Houston Rockets team was dope. They had Drexler, they had Hakeem Olajuwon. Man, I love Hakeem Olajuwon. I loved him because I would go to Fred Meyer, and I'd look at sneakers. I couldn't afford, I was fucking kidding. My parents couldn't afford the Michael Jordan shoes, who were some other big shoes at the time? Shaquille O'Neal, I couldn't afford those. We couldn't afford those. But you know whose shoes I could afford? Hakeem motherfucking Olajuwon. And I believe he was the MVP once or twice. So I probably had 3 or 4 pairs of his shoes. Anyway, props to Hakeem Olajuwon. Much love. Michael Jordan, the guy was a monster on the court. I love how his teammates were frightened of him sometimes, and how he backed it up, saying, hey, I was trying to do something, and if you didn't want to come with me, go fuck yourself, is basically it. But you know what I would really like them to do as a part 2, and follow the Bulls after that era, just for a couple of years. Not like until now, but like maybe the next 3 years or so, because I believe Scottie Pippen got traded. Oh, they said he got traded. They said Pippen, Kerr, was that it? Those two got traded. Jordan retired, Phil Jackson retired briefly, and Dennis Rodman was released. I thought there was another player, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'd like to know what happened to them. Follow Scottie Pippen after Chicago. Follow Rodman. I want to see them cover why Jordan came back a third time. Do you remember that shit, gang? When he played for the Washington Wizards? That never seemed right. It was weird. It'd be like if Ichiro... Well, that's a bad example because he left the Mariners. Who's an icon that never left? Edgar Martinez probably is the best example. And Felix Hernandez. I can't really think of one in basketball because Sean Kemp left, Gary Payton left, Ray Allen left. Well, Ray Allen, we didn't draft him. Okay, well, Russell Wilson, duh. That's a pretty good one. Maybe eventually Doug Baldwin would be in that list. We'll see. But yeah, imagine Edgar Martinez or Russell Wilson coming out of retirement and playing for just a bullshit team. Like imagine, 10 years down the road, or however long Russell Wilson's going to play, he comes out of retirement and plays for the fucking Browns or the fucking who's a garbage NFL team that's always bad, the Bengals. Or Edgar Martinez comes back and plays for the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates or some shit, or the Padres. Fucking, is there a worse well, I can't shit on the San Diego Padres because I'm pretty sure they have a better franchise than the Mariners in terms of wins. Oh, God. I'm sure I'm boring everyone who doesn't give a fuck about sports, but that Last Dance documentary was mind-blowing. I love popping a few edibles and hitting that bong and watching that motherfucker for about 2-3 hours. It was so good. Alrighty, enough with the sports. I would like to take this opportunity to announce that I, Angelo Grosso, lost 9 pounds throughout this quarantine. It's absurd to me that I'm almost down 10 pounds because I feel like I've eaten like a fucking hog this entire, well, Jesus, 3 months quarantine? 3 months? Seems like forever, and I know I've been smoking a lot more. And to borrow a quote from one of my favorite comedians, Ryan Sickler, I have seemed to form a marijuana habit on top of my weed habit. But I think a big key to this miraculous weight loss is just me staying more active, I cut out late night snacking, or I try to on most nights. Any eating after 8 o'clock really is the cutoff for me. Sometimes I don't eat after like 7, but 8 o'clock is the buffer. And I try not to eat breakfast till about 10 or 11. It's not 16 hours like intermittent fasting should be, but it's damn well close, which I feel if you're 80% there, then fuck it. It's just as good. I don't know, man. I really do think that it's me busting my ass in the yard every day, weeding, trimming, planting, fucking doing everything outside, really getting my fingerprints all over this fucking house I bought because, this house is killing me. It really is, but it's just so much to learn. But, baby steps. Every day I seem to learn a little bit more, so I'm pretty excited about this new challenge, but I'm going to keep bitching about it because it makes me feel better. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, if I'm able to lose weight, then you're able to lose weight. You just got to be a little hard on yourself, and work oh, dude, I am fucking stuttering. This is some strong weed I'm smoking. I think it's called Cinderella Story or something. It's a pretty heavy, thick, and I'm talking 3C's thick indica. What the fuck was I just talking about? Oh yeah, if I'm able to lose weight, anyone's able to lose weight. You just have to kind of challenge yourself to do better. Here's what worked for me. Now, I'm not saying this is going to work for you, but anyway, here's my motivation. I get naked, I look at myself in the mirror, and I make this sound. Ugh. And then I take a peek at my backside, and I make this sound. Ooh, whoa. But it works. I use my disgust. Oh, God, look at that. Ooh, that shouldn't look like that. I use that as motivation to be like, all right, you want to get rid of that? Stop eating after, whatever time. Try to do at least 20, 30 minutes a day of something. Get your heart rate going. Fucking, at least go outside for a walk. Get your vitamin D. Just common sense, people. You don't need to hire a personal trainer and get on a very restrictive diet. Or at least maybe you do. Fuck if I know. But I'm just telling you what worked for me. But yeah, fucking quarantine, almost 10 pounds down. If you would have told me 3 months ago that, hey, you're going to basically be stuck inside for most of the next 3 months, do you think you're going to stay the same weight, gain weight, or lose weight? Without a hesitation, I would have said, oh, I'm gaining 30 pounds, 10 pounds a month, bitch. I know it. I know myself. I'm going to go ice cream shopping 1 month. I'm going to go cheesecake shopping the next month. And the third month, I'm going to dedicate to, oh, fuck, tiramisu. Well, I guess that's technically a cake, but you know what? I really could eat tiramisu every day for a month. I love that shit. And I'm talking like the real tiramisu, the shit that's in the mug. And you gotta, what's up, LaFonda? I'm talking tiramisu. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, when it's in the cup and you take your spoon and you stick that motherfucker in, you scrape that fucking rum. I think it's rum. And you got that mascarpone and that buttercream and that rum. Oh God. If I ever get put to death for anything, and my last meal, LaFonda, shut the fuck up. It would have to be tiramisu. Ooh, this is a good talk. Let's really think about this. My last meal, tiramisu. I love eggs. Maybe I would do like a 4 or 5 egg Denver omelet with sour cream and avocado. I want honey ham in that bitch. I want crisp peppers, red and green, good onions, maybe sweet onions, maybe a little sweet. I want the cheese to be, oh God, this is going to take some time. Definitely Fontina. My mouth is watering right now. Jesus. Man, I may have to Uber eat me a fucking omelet. God, yeah, Fontina cheese inside. I want that omelet to be fluffy. I want that thing to weigh at least 5 pounds. Maybe a little bit of salsa on the side. Some little cilantro in that motherfucker too. Oh man, that sounds so good. Yeah, what else? Big ass omelet, tiramisu. If I can just really have whatever I want, I mean, I might as well eat another entree, right? Fuck it. I love seafood. Maybe like a seafood enchilada. Oh my fuck. My sister used to make the dankest, and I'm talking dankest, seafood enchilada. So yeah, maybe, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it that much because I'd be so fucking full, but yeah, nice big ass omelet, seafood enchilada, tiramisu, and maybe like a bunch of mini breakfast burritos on the side. Oh man, I love sushi too, man. I don't know. I can't eat sushi as well. I'm Italian. I gotta have that pasta too. Ugh, it'd be impossible. You know what? I would just say take all that shit and put it in a blender. Fuck it. I'll try to taste it all at the same time. Ew, fucking gross. Anyway, I really forgot what my point was before I went on this spiel about last meal. Oh yeah, I for sure thought I was going to gain a lot of weight. That's all I'm saying. So I'm very surprised. So yeah, I hope I inspired you to do better. Well, let's wrap it up here. I want to try something a little different this week. Maybe try something that I can do week after week, which is tell you about one of my favorite movies and to recommend you watch it, and then the following podcast we cover it. So tonight's movie, or this week's movie, is Interstellar. I love that fucking movie. It's probably my top 10 movies of all time. So next week's podcast, I'm going to go in depth with Interstellar and why I love it. And, oh man, if you want a little teaser, I'll tell you what. Listen to, let's see, from the soundtrack, I believe it's called, here it is. The track is called The Docking Scene by Roger Sayer, Sayer. And then, of course, the main theme of Interstellar is amazing. It's done by Hans Zimmer, who's done some just amazing scores. I think he did Gladiator. He did all the Pirates of the Caribbeans. I mean, anyway, I can go on and on. And you know what? I will go on and on. Hans Zimmer is the man. Let me look this. I think, is he German? Austrian? I bet he's German or Austrian. Let's see. See how good my guesswork is. Yeah. Where is he? Frankfurt. That's Germany. Oh shit, West Germany back in then. But you know what? Germany. And let's see what he's done. Inception, yeah. Okay, looks like he's done every, what's his name's movies. Who does those movies? Nolan. He does all those Nolan movies. And I said Gladiator. Come on, motherfucker, give me more. Oh, you son of a bitch. I hate this phone. All right, here we go. Man, he's done too many. Wait, what the fuck is this? No, yeah, composer. What the fuck did he... Anyway, I'm talking shit. Look up Hans Zimmer. He's done some amazing stuff. I don't know why this thing is telling me what he's, like, produced on. Oh, here it is. The Lion King. Oh, shit, he did The Preacher's Wife. I love that fucking movie. Sherlock Holmes, as good as it gets. I love that movie. Gladiator. Fucking Rain Man. Oh, yeah. I love Rain Man. The Prince of Egypt. Oh, yeah. When all the white actors played Egyptians. I remember that. Thin Red Line, never saw that. Oh, yeah, I did see that movie. The war movie. Yeah. What his name did it? He makes those long, really introspective movies. Oh, God, I love that movie, The Tree of Life. What the fuck is his name? Come on. Terrence Malick. Fuck yeah. So, yeah, Interstellar. Check that shit out. Also, if you want to listen to some music that I'm really digging, you know, I have not been able to listen to David Bowie really since he's died without getting real depressed, real sad. I love David Bowie. But I tell you, there's a couple tracks that I kind of dip my toe into as can I get back into listening to him without getting sad. I can't listen to Tom Petty for the same reason, by the way. Let me find those two songs. I think they're both from the same album, too. Come on, where the... Can You Hear Me is the first one. And, what's the other one? And Teenage Wildlife. Listen to those two songs and tell me you don't want to jizz it in your pants. One more song that I'm really digging is a band I wish I got into a lot sooner in my life. I believe it's the Waterboys. And the song is A Pagan Place. So, yeah, check out those songs. I think this is a good time to end the podcast. Any closing thoughts here? Fuck TikTok. If you're over the age of 30 and not a celebrity or an athlete and you're on TikTok, you're probably a pedophile. It's so stupid. It's such a garbage app. I mean, I was looking at it with my girlfriend and I'm just like, this is the MySpace of these generation. This is the Facebook of this generation. Get the fuck out of here. It's fucking weird. It's real stupid. So yeah, fuck TikTok and fuck Reed's ginger beer. That shit is nasty and it's pretty expensive and it's kind of garbage in my opinion. It's funny, I go to Trader Joe's and in my humble opinion, Trader Joe's makes the best ginger beer. I don't know, it's their own brand. However, they're always sold out because it's the shit. However, they also carry that garbage Reed's ginger beer. So 2 trips in a row I go to Trader Joe's excited because I love my fucking Moscow Mules. That drink is dank. And the Trader Joe's ginger beer makes the best. But Reed's can go fuck itself. I get so excited to get that Trader Joe's ginger beer. I get pissed because it's not there and I buy the Reed's. And I'm like, maybe it's not so bad this time. Maybe it'll taste better. Nope. Still tart and tastes like piss. So, fuck you, Reed's. Trader Joe's, step up your ginger beer game. And with that, I think we're done. If you made it through this, then I feel sorry for you because I barely did. Yeah, I'll see you clowns around.